And welcome back to Jeff Koinange live here at Citizen Television. On the bench today, PNU party leader Peter Munya, former cabinet secretary, former governor of Meru. And now he says he's running for governor of Meru County once again. And we're talking about Mount Kenya politics. And Waziri, recently CS Ruku said that, you know what, Imlima lazima igawanywe. What are your thoughts?
Well, CS Ruku is trying to create a narrative to try and help the current government that he serves. And picking up some sentiments that have always been there about perceived marginalization of the eastern part of the mountain. Take advantage of that to benefit his government, which has no support, has lost support now in the Mount Kenya region. The reason he cannot succeed is because this government has hurt everybody where it matters. People are suffering. The economy is doing very badly. People's income are dwindling. Businesses are closing. Health care is gone. Education is gone. So people are no longer thinking in terms of the region where they come from. People are thinking now nationally because the economic challenges we are facing are national. So issues of certain sentiments, however legitimate, have no use in the current debate in terms of why this government needs to be voted out.
Can the mountain unite in time? Again, you know, we're talking 12 months. Can
the mountain has always united. I mean, if you look at the voting patterns of the mountain, especially when it comes to the top seat, they have always voted together. Where differences come, and they have nothing to do with east or west, is this issue I'm raising that the people of the mountain don't like dictators. They don't like to be sat on by anyone. And that's why we have parties driving across the mountain. Remember, there has always been a debate, even during Kibaki's time and even Uhuru's time, to consolidate parties and have one party in the region. It has never succeeded because the people of mountain suffered under the colonial rule. The Mau Mau fought a king who was coming to impose his rule in this country. They have always guarded their freedom very jealously. And even when they are not speaking, don't think they are not listening. They can look at you and know, oh, this guy, no. It doesn't mean they can see. They see dictatorial tendencies when they see them because they also suffered under the Moi regime, you remember, for 24 years. It was fought very hard. I'm now talking about the mountain. So we are not going to be divided in terms of how we vote. We are with the rest of Kenya in terms of wanting to vote out this government.
Don't forget.
But at the same time,
yes,
we are not going to allow anyone to run roughshod over us in terms of stumbling our rights of association, of political participation, of, joining a party of our own choice. That we cannot allow.
But don't forget, Waziri, that...
Because you can see somebody is trying to take advantage of the vulnerability of the people.
Sure, but the incumbent has a deputy who's from Mount Kenya East. Tharaka-Nithi.
So what is his impact in terms of coming from there, in terms of development?
What do you think is his impact?
We have been having serious insecurity in Meru, where people have been killed. Actually, 250 people were killed, livestock stolen, people lost homes, women raped when he was interior minister. Did he do anything? For a long time. I mean, the insecurity we have had there has never been seen before. So if he couldn't help when he was holding the levers of power, and even now when he's deputy minister, why do you think he will be able to get the confidence of the people of Mount Kenya? In terms of development, what has he brought? In Imeru, we say, it's a very common saying, we say, atukule nyama za watu, tunakula kazi ya mtu. Because we cannot, if you are my brother, I cannot slaughter you and eat you for dinner. I can only benefit from your actions. In terms of impact of leadership and development, I don't think the people of Mount Kenya East have felt the presence of a deputy president.
But you can't expect Kindiki to be in charge of the police. I mean, we have an IG. I mean,
I'm talking about the time he was deputy. I was the Minister for Interior. That's when the insecurity was very heavy in that region. And it has not ended even now. And are you saying if you are deputy president, you cannot impact on an IG? Then why are you there? Why are you there? You are there to solve the problems of the day that are affecting your people and affecting the country. I'm specifically talking about this because we are talking about the mountain.
Yes.
I'm not saying he should only be serving the mountain. He's serving Kenya. I'm saying we don't have any impact, and that's why people are not following him. Look at the opinion polls, and you see Meru, for instance, this government has the lowest support in the Mount Kenya in Meru as we speak. I know there is a gentleman who will say it is him, but it is the people themselves because this government has failed to carry out its most fundamental obligations, providing security to the people, even as we talk about the other general issues that it has been unable to do.
Yeah.
So I want to just assure you that Mount Kenya East people, Mount Kenya West, or mountain people, all of them are together in removing this government from power, irrespective of whether somebody from the mountain is in government.
Do you think Kindiki will be removed between, or rather replaced between now and next August?
I don't, even when I've said that, I have nothing personal against Kindiki. I don't work for the government. I don't know whether they want to remove him. There have been signs and rumors to that effect. I don't think that will help the government even further to even make it worse. This is the only thing they have been talking about in terms of wanting to have the votes from the Mount Kenya East. Yeah. If you remove him, what will they be talking about? Is it the dilapidated roads there now? Most places people can't even reach. Is it the insecurity and the economic challenges people have? What will they be talking about if they remove him?
Do you think he's an easy asset to dispose of?
Looks like it. I don't want to speak for them. I avoid becoming a maverick in terms of interfering with other people's business. It could be looking at the rearrangement they are trying to do in government to try and see where they can get some advantage. It could be the easy target in terms of reorganizing themselves to position themselves for the coming elections.
Yeah. I heard Oburu Ginga the other day saying that he's fit. Was it yesterday? He said he's fit to run for deputy president.
I heard him also say so. I don't know fitness in terms of whether physical or mental qualification. I don't know. But he's also respectively a Kenyan. Anything goes in this country, isn't it? He could be fit. How much votes he can bring, I really don't know. The general view in the country now, and my interaction with people at the local level, is people are facing very serious economic challenges. If you looked at the statistics, you can see a lot of, like just this year alone, 2.5 million people dropping from below the poverty line in the current circumstances. So the general feeling is that this government has failed and they really just need to leave. And I don't think Oburu will help them. I don't think even my friend Opranya, whom I'm also handy, is being proposed, a good man will help them. Because it is a failure of government, a failure of systems. It's a general failure that one individual in the government will not be able to change the trajectory.
If Kindiki is disposed of, where does that leave the mountain?
If he is disposed of?
Yes.
I don't think the mountain is dependent on on the presence of one individual in government. The mountain is looking into the future in terms of what can we do in the coming elections to ensure that the country is on a trajectory of growth again, and businesses and education and health challenges are sorted. I don't think they want to stake their interest on one person, good as he may be.
If someone was to ask you, who's the kingpin of the mountain, is it Rigathi Gachagua?
Do we have a position called kingpin anywhere in the Constitution? I've always asked, sometimes even the past asked, when I had some people being declared spokesmen, I have asked, do they mean when they speak we keep quiet? So kingpin, there's no position like that. Does it mean he can persuade people when he speaks? Yes, he's a leader of consequence in the mountain. Yeah, yes. He has a party, he has people followers, he has done very well. I don't want to give labels. And that's why I'm saying, you know, we don't like dictatorial tendencies when we see them appearing, because they are not good for us and they're not good for the country.
Let me put it another way. Kingmaker.
Kingmaker? Somebody who ensures somebody becomes a king or becomes something in the national politics?
Yes.
I'm sure he has a big role to play. If he changes his approach in terms of the way he handles other people. Because he can also scuttle. You can see the Kisi people talking the way they are talking. And we have been hearing some simmering discontent from other areas where people are saying we don't like the approach of this guy. Yeah. What we need is to tolerate each other and know that everyone matters. All votes matter. When you are looking for votes, you look for all votes that are available. Let's not make the mistakes that Asimion did in the last election, where when they saw like they were winning, they started treating certain people with disrespect, saying these are small people, these don't have a lot of votes. We lost with 200,000 votes that could have been delivered by some of those people who are being treated as small people. So this is all the warning we are. These are the issues we are raising because we have a stake in the opposition winning. We all would be very disappointed. I would be very disappointed myself if the opposition lost, merely because we cannot discipline ourselves in terms of how we deal with each other. And that's all we are asking from our brother, Mheshimiwa Gachagua, and others who may be.
If he's listening to you right now, what do you tell him?
I would just tell him to humble himself, address other people with respect, embrace a structured way of dealing with these issues. Bravando and this business of calling people walking sticks does not help us. Embrace the Kisi people. They are there, they're in opposition, they have votes. They are close to 1 million votes. Can you dismiss that and say that's useless? And people are coming to the table without votes. How can you say somebody with 1 million votes, close to 1 million votes, is coming without people? How do you dismiss Meru people? We have close to 1 million votes now. Meru County alone. In Mount Kenya, one of the areas with the biggest voting block, apart from Kiambu here, and Nakuru, the other place is Meru. Those are the 3 key voting blocks. Look at the statistics. So you start dismissing us and start treating us like you are your children. This is what we are telling him. Please, just wake up, be more responsible, sit down with others. Wachana kiburi bwana. That's what Kipagenda is telling him. And we are saying that with a lot of respect. With a lot of respect. Yeah. And maybe, I'm able to say this because I know many of those who are running for president may not be able to say those things.
Right.
Even though they are feeling the same.
Speaking of Kibagendi, let's listen to what he said. Was it yesterday? What was today, right? Let's listen to that.
To tell His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, you are the biggest impediment to the unity of the opposition of this country. Wewe wacha majivuno na kiburi, kudharau viongozi wengine wa upinzani. Uko Meru umetuambia sisi watu walinda mwananchi ati tusikuje kule Meru, ati wewe uko na candidate. Pia linda mwananchi wako na Kawera. Matiang'i hapa ako na Peter Munya. Wewe jiheshimu kama kiongozi wa upinzani. Wakikuyu ni watu wazuri, lakini wewe unaleta majivuno na kiburi, na hatutakubali uendelee kudharau makabila madogo madogo, sivyo?
Kiburi na madharau. Is that what it is?
That's what it is. Why do we have to paper it? That's what it is. You saw him. I had not even seen that clip myself earlier. I saw it when I was here, where he's saying, could come to the table with people, don't come like a steak. Can't he use better language? Persuasion? That's what we are saying. I mean, and we value him. I am not saying this out of any hatred to him or anything. It's just we all have an interest in trying to work together to deliver a win. But when you think you are the only one who can deliver the win, and when there is a failure, you don't want to own it, but you want to denigrate other people and besmirch them and look down upon them. How does that help the agenda of consolidating the opposition vote to beat the current government? How does it do it that way? And then inviting people to your house to say that's where you will be declaring who will be this. Is it a personal agenda, this whole thing of opposition? Can we reduce it to an agenda of one person? So we can go home and sit and wait. Can I go to Meru now in my farm and sit and wait for a win? Because Gachagua is leading the opposition. Oh, I mean, what is the agenda? Why do we have to address people that way? We require to sit down, talk, everybody matters, everyone has an interest. Don't think that you are the only one who has an interest, or your community is the only one that has an interest. Everyone in the country has an interest. We all have a stake and an interest in this country, isn't it? That's what we are saying. And let's not take it like it's the end of the world. I mean, these differences can be bridged. And they can be bridged by us talking together. And I have heard him saying, let's talk together, even though he handed those riders that, again, characteristic of him.
Yeah. How do you tame that madharau, that kiburi? How do you tame it?
You know, you can only tame yourself. Sidio. Aweke kidhibiti mwendo kwa ulimi wake. Alafu tuweze kuongea na kuzungumza na kuendelea. He's a very gifted politician who has done very well. I mean, he was impeached the other day, started up an opposition party that is doing very well, for sure. You can't deny him that. But because of that, other people have no rights to operate anywhere. We must all keep singing hallelujah. You say we don't have votes. Why don't you wait for elections? Like me, you tell me I have no votes. I know I'll win the governor of Meru in the morning. Against whatever candidate he brings or others bring. And I have no issue with that. They've been saying, let's sit down and discuss, we will become a candidate. I am a candidate of PNU. I don't want to become a candidate of everybody. The other parties also have their candidates. Why do I have to be a candidate of the entire opposition? The people of Meru will vote for me. Others will vote for others. Let's compete. Let the best win. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying, you know, from when I see things, and I think I can win that position. So I am not speaking like this because they are candidates, because that's the impression I saw him trying to create. No. No.
If the united opposition loses in next August's election, who will be to blame? Is it Rigiji?
We will all share blame, but some could have bigger shares than others in terms of contribution. It is our responsibility, all of us, to make an effort to have the opposition work together. And since he says he has a big say, and he did has, he also has a bigger responsibility. The bigger, you know, the weight is given to whoever has a big say. So he has a big party and he has many candidates, then there is the bigger responsibility also falls on his shoulders to be the one bring together, not scattering. And again, I'm saying this with a lot of respect. Don't have anything personal against him at all. But I like to be straightforward in my approach to things. I've always been like that. I like to be straightforward. I speak my mind, and I think it's important that people speak their mind, isn't it?
Yep. Switching gears a bit, this past Monday, you admitted into the Azimio Coalition Council. What does that mean? What's your role?
Well, the governing council of Azimio is the top decision-making body of the coalition. Azimio is a coalition party, and the coalition party is a party that brings many parties together. So the governing council is the one that represents the topmost leaders from those parties to make decisions on how the coalition runs. So we have been in the coalition before, but we were, as PNU, not represented in the council because at that time when it was being formed, I was a cabinet minister. I could not and resigned from being a leader of PNU, and therefore I couldn't be in the council. So I've come back now, I've been admitted into the council, and other people have also been admitted. We hope that instead of starting other outfits, the one that is existing can be utilized. It can be rebranded to become the vehicle that faces this government in the coming elections. If we starting others, then we may become even more divided. Now that we are already here, a group of parties are here, we have mandated our chairman to talk to other parties to also bring them on board. Once they're on board, then we can start discussing on how to restructure it. If it is changing the name, we change it. Whatever other changes we need to make for us to continue this journey of presenting a formidable movement that will that will remove this government from power. Yes.
You know, every time that Azimio is mentioned, former President Uhuru Kenyatta's name always comes up. What is his role in all of this?
Well, he is the chairman of the council. He has been, not that he just became, he has been. Remember, when he was president, he's also the one who was naturally trying to organize the Azimio side to win the election. When Baba left, Kalonzo took over as the party leader. So Uhuru Kenyatta will continue featuring in the Azimio activities and in the opposition activities because he is legitimately there. He's a player. When you retire from being a president, you don't lose your constitutional rights as a citizen to participate in the affairs of your country. I've seen a lot of people attacking him, and the usual attacks, personalized attacks that mean nothing. Nobody loses their rights to vote, to advise, to participate, merely because they have retired from a particular office. Let alone the most important office where you have a lot of experience that could help the country move forward. Yeah, so I think, of course, those who are affected by his participation will cry foul and make noises. But I think he'll continue, as he has always done, to exercise his constitutional mandates to participate in the national affairs of this republic. Just like others have done elsewhere. If you look at Botswana, for example, the former president there participated in shaping the policies of that country. Retirement doesn't mean you become useless. The way people talk also again with a lot of disrespect that you, when the kwako suyuka kunywa masiwa suyuka fanya nini. you still remain a citizen, a respected citizen of the country, who can be able to provide some form of undivided leadership in the country. Not elective office, but leadership.
Yeah.
Yes.
When it comes to Meru politics, you ran the first time, and the second time Kawira was elected, and then she was impeached. What's the state of Meru politics right now?
When I ran, I was the first governor. 2017, Kiraitu became the governor. My votes were not enough. I don't want to go into the circumstances. And then the 2022 elections, I did not run because I wanted to continue working in the government when Asimio took over. I was promised to continue in the Ministry of Agriculture where I was working, and I thought that's a good arrangement. Kawira won the elections, and then she had very fundamental differences with the county assembly that led to attempts of impeachment 2 times, and the third time they succeeded in having her removed. And deputy took over, and these challenges still continue. So the general feeling in Meru is that they want to change that situation in the coming elections.
And you say utashinda asubuhi na mapema?
Naona nitashinda asubuhi na mapema.
Huh?
Naona hivyo. Si tutakutana wakati huo baadaye uniulize. Kama ilifanyika ama haikufanyika.
Nitakuuliza.
I'm very confident that
yes.
I'll do that.
You take it.
All indicators show. And why? Because people are comparing my record of 5 years and the last 10 years, and they think mine is outstanding.
Waziri, there's so many questions coming thick and fast on our magic wall. Are you there?
Oh, plenty.
Yeah.
So the first one is from K. Gashima, who says, Jeff asked the Honorable Peter Munya how he is mobilizing for votes and support in his backyard, yet we have only seen him in public meetings convened by the Honorable Fred Matiang'i.
How can Fred Matiang'i convene a meeting in Meru? I'm actually the one who has hosted in Meru. This Sunday, and one of the biggest meetings in Meru. If you want to, you can see the video. One of the biggest mammoth meeting. There was no Matiang'i there. And you can even ask him. I'm the one who organizes. Invite him. He can't invite me in Meru.
Okay.
Your backyard.
Yes,
next. Nyadida Jr. says the power struggle in the disjointed opposition is a clear pathway to President Ruto's second term. Gachagua is just confirming that the grounds of impeachment were spot on, being a bully.
Next is from Mark, who says Rigathi Gachagua should seek to consolidate the Democratic Party, the Party of National Unity, and Devolution Empowerment parties into a coalition with DCP rather than pushing for them to be dissolved into DCP. Structured engagement is needed to address the divisions.
Spot on.
Spot on. Zach Wajoy says...
The coalition to be a national one. You can't have a coalition of people from one region. A coalition party should be really national.
Yeah.
Like we are in Azimio, or whatever other outfit we may agree on. I mean, we have not insisting if they feel Azimio is not a very good one to start there. We start there and discussing and we agree.
Zach Wajoy anasema, Jeff, I think I agree with Gachagua that politicians need to go to the table with something. This calls for aggressive leaders to hit the road like Gachagua and like-minded leaders are doing. But sitting down and calling the press for someone to respect you, I disagree.
I have not sat down every weekend, most of the weekend, 3, 4, 5 days, I'm in Meru. That's why if you take the polls now, you'll see I'm the most popular candidate in Meru. I have also been in many other places. You have seen me in Kisii. You have seen me in Mombasa. You have seen me in Isiolo. You have seen me in Laikipia. I don't have to tell Gachagua whenever I'm going somewhere. He's not a prefect of where opposition people go.
All right.
That's what we are saying. Can he just relax and talk to us, sit down with us, we talk and discuss how to run opposition affairs. The idea of him being the prefect of who does this, who doesn't do this, is not auguring well.
Okay. Next is from F. Gamadid, who says, if Ruto beat the so-called state machinery and the deep state during the 2022 elections, there's nothing that can stop him to secure his second term. Indeed, he is the master of the game.
He's the master of the game.
I want to give you a story I want to mention. But there's somebody who was saying how he's a master of the game. He has never lost an election. And when the elections came, he lost so badly.
Who was that?
I don't want to say who it is because I don't want to personalize these things. So even the best also lose. And the mood in the country now is that they want him out. And the moment he realizes that, because it looks like he has realized it, seen his body language, even this whole idea of a new vision, 2060, these are how narratives intended to blind the people from the real issues so that we can now start discussing what Kenya will be in 2060. The young people who are 20 now, 2060, they will be what age?
50.
Who have no jobs, some are fallen out of school. The enrollment in our education is going down. They changed the system. We told them that system is wrong. Continue with the old one, improve it. They changed to one that nobody knows what happens with it. Now they are trying to go back to the old one by saying they are giving loans. What we used to receive are loans. Helbo are loans. I went to university with Helbo loans, which I repaid when I got to work. So there is nothing new they are telling us. You found a system working. Instead of improving, you mess it up. Towards an election, you want to go back to it by calling it a new name. Or we will give them loans, we'll do this.
Okay.
This whole language, 2060, is a red herring. Okay. They have just realized the country is completely out and they are trying to bring it back.
Okay. Yes, Jeff.
Yeah.
The horses are bolted.
Yeah. Gabby Wakasiaka says true unity is built on mutual respect and structured dialogue, not public ultimatums or political bullying. You cannot preach opposition unity while demanding the destruction of your potential partners' political homes.
Caleb says, how does Honorable Munya explain the loss in Olkalau by his party, the PNU party? Is former President Kibaki's party still alive, or is it trying to survive? All the best, Mheshimiwa.
I explained it. A young man who is in the university came to my office, and he has written a big piece. He can read it. He has explained it himself. And we told him, you know, we are in a united opposition. We want one candidate, and you are not likely to win. He said, are you going to deny me the right to participate, to get the experience of running, merely because I want to win? I was touched. We said, you won't go far. Let him run. Did you see me in Okalau campaigning for him? In fact, at one point, we even persuaded him to step down. He discussed with the candidate of Gachagua that he wants to publicly step down. They were on a national television. The candidate dismissed him and told him not to.
All right.
The same situation, because PNU, we have said we want to mentor young people in PNU. If you look at our manifesto, one of the things we have said we will do is to continue giving young people an opportunity to participate. When you lose, you win next time. That's how politics is. If I was never given, I became an MP at the age of that one. And I was mentored by people. I had a very rough time winning for the seat because I couldn't get the ticket of NAC then, because I was being treated like I'm nothing. That experience taught me I have to give people who are vulnerable, young people, women, opportunity to participate in politics, irrespective of what Gachagua says or his supporters and his whatever.
Frank Orinde says a divided opposition cannot inspire a united country. Constant infighting and Gachagua's confrontational Mount Kenya politics risks shrinking, not expanding. The coalition's appeal. Unity in politics is a big campaign asset. Anyone who plays it down stands to lose.
Next is from Caleb again, says the recent presser by Honorable Munya sends a clear message on how tough it shall be to develop an agreeable coalition agreement and one that accommodates all member parties as equal partners and not otherwise. Peace and unity is our clarion call.
He's spot on. A difficult job still has to be done. I mean, there is nothing easy in politics. But we have to start somewhere and we have to have good faith.
Indeed. Katiwa says Peter Munya and Justin Muturi are just jealous of Rigathi Gachagua. Riggy is working day and night to build DCP. These guys are very unserious. You can't sit and wait for someone to hunt for people to join DP and PNU. Work hard for your parties.
I am not
and stop
jealous,
being lazy.
And I'm not unserious. For all my career at my age now, you know I've been a very serious person. And I don't need to be given accolades by Gachagua. You can continue profiling how other people are unserious. How do you mean unserious?
Okay. Next is from It's Kipleting, who says, house divided against its wall cannot stand. It's very clear, indicative that the so-called united opposition, each one of them, is scrambling for presidential seat. How will they defeat President Ruto with their one-term chants?
Well, we are not just chanting, we are also working.
Okay.
Jonathan Karibu says, what is your opinion on the growing trend of politicians shifting alliances before every election? Is it driven by principles or personal interests? What role should political parties play in promoting national unity instead of deepening ethnic and regional divisions?
Well, we are a country of diversity. And some of the identities we have will not just run away. What we need is how to exercise those diversities in a responsible manner, and not utilizing them to divide or to discriminate. Every country is a diverse country. Even if you go to Europe, you find ethnic minorities, religious minorities, women, youth, people from certain regions. There is no country that is monolithic. So some of those stories we hear are not very well thought out. So the problem is when we utilize those differences to discriminate or exploit or marginalize other people. And that's why we are talking about that language I'm talking about the whole evening here. It is very important. You pull together if you respect each other, you accept our differences, see how to resolve them in an amicable manner, use structures and institutions that exist to ventilate on your differences. That's how society has worked all the time. Even when we had elders in the rural, in our, ethnic countries, elders used to do that. They ventilate, they talk to people, advise them. They will not call people names. You become an elder, you don't call other people names. You see how you can bridge the differences, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
Orutwa Sam says, if Gachagua and the other opposition partners have the same objectives, which is to remove Ruto from power, then why is every partner wasting time trying to create votes for himself from his tribe, and yet the votes serve the purpose for one candidate? Next, Jeff.
Mark Makuda once again says, will PNU be open to enter into coalition talks with DCP should an opportunity come?
Coalition talks, this Asimio is a coalition, isn't it? DCP has been invited. It means if DCP joins, we become coalition partners. We want to build a grand coalition for the opposition because that is what will help us. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with DCP and PNU talking and forming a coalition with the other partners, the other parties in the country.
Okay.
I say there is really nothing personal about these things.
Benson Itabari says, Gachagua is a newcomer in the opposition. Before his impeachment, he was a strong defender of the current government. He should approach other leaders with humility, humbleness.
Spot on.
Gachagua Ben says, ask Munya what he has done on his end since recognize what other leaders like Riggy have done. What have you done on your end?
I have recognized Riggy what he has done. I have told you what I've been doing. I have been rebuilding my party. I have been supporting this agenda of opposition. Almost every weekend I'm out there in the political arena sensitizing the population on why we need to be together and why we have to vote out this government, the common agenda that we all have. So the fact that I am not the noisiest doesn't mean I am not doing something.
Okay.
Okay. Go on.
Nyantika Chester says, like him or hate him, Rigiji knows how to play with words and package his messages. Gachagua's BA in political science and literature from the University of Nairobi did not go to West.
Okay.
For sure.
Next, Angel Mbudhia.
Angel Mbudhia.
Angel Munya says, given the loud chest thumping in disunited opposition, why not let everyone contest, go to the ballot, let the people decide? That's what Matiba said. Then we may move on with number 1 and number 2. Yes, it will be a historic runoff, but is it that the beauty of our Constitution?
Well, there is that view that people say one candidate is one way. There are also people who are saying maybe we may have to run. But there are in my view, a lot of dangers in having everyone run, because then the government has the opportunity to divide us, to use one against the other. So the best option for the opposition is to present one candidate. And when I go down there to the people, that's what they are saying.
It will be Moi all over again. You know that?
No, absolutely. I agree. And the population is, by the way things are, I don't think people want to go on their own, because the population is restive. They are saying, no, we want to see one. We want to see one.
Waziri, closing thoughts going forward. Talk to Kenyans right now who listen to you, including Rigiji, and probably the president is watching you right now. What do you tell them?
Well, I would just say that the government needs to realize that the country is in a very difficult situation, especially economic situation. Their policy of running a government through taxation, the only policy they have is tax. Every year, how do we increase the money? Tax. It's killing the economy. I was talking to people who do construction. Those people run quarries. They are telling me there is hardly anybody buying stones for construction. The demand has completely gone down. That's a very, very bad sign, especially among the young people. In fact, I was wondering, I had not thought about that. I realized if you see anybody building a house now, you see it's older people. Older people. The young people can't afford. Because most of them, even those who are working for banks, the earnings have gone down to the level where a government is taking almost half of your salary. How do you invest in a mortgage? Businesses are closing because taxes are heavy. Power has gone up, almost doubling. Water in Nairobi is a very expensive thing now. So this government needs to sit down and address those issues. Instead of giving us grand promises, grand visions, let the new government that will come talk about a new vision. Don't tell us about a new vision when you haven't done anything to achieve the vision that is already existing, and you are barely a year to live. So I'm just telling, concentrate on your mandate. Let the people decide when the elections come. For the opposition, let's talk, sit down and talk. Let's not talk at each other. It will do us a lot of good if we do that. And especially to my elder brother, Gachagua, telling him, ongea na watu vizuri, bring down your temperament. Nobody's against you. Let's talk so that we can deliver. If I'm delivering a small one, you still need it. You deliver the bigger one. And get the bigger share, because you talk about shares. Maybe that's the problem. You deliver a bigger one, get a bigger share, if that is it. But you need even the smaller ones to hand it to the bigger one to win, isn't it? That's all we are saying.
All right. Peter Munya, PNU party leader, good to see you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
Thanks for your time and your insights. Appreciate it.
Asante sana.
PNU party leader Peter Munya in the House, former cabinet secretary, former governor of Meru County, now running again for governor of Meru County in 2027. Tell you folks, calling it without fear or favor. That's what it's all about here on the bench. Remember, if it's Wednesday, it's all about those 3 letters on the keyboard that follow each other. JKL. If you don't believe me, check your keyboard. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. I'm going to be away for the next couple of weeks. Yes, stateside, here I come. Ayub Abdul Kadir will hold the fort. I'm sure you'll do a decent job.
Yeah.
Kazi kwako.
Extinguisher.
Kamakawa. Thanks so much for joining us, folks. Good night, good luck. God bless you all.